he's waiting for it. The alley-oop. Oh, he throws it down.
Wilkinson. Oh, the hammer.
Gets rejected.
What's with it?
Slam hammer, jammer time in. Oh, flexes the guns. The three, Iran taking the lead.
As we move the focus to the qualifiers, this is the stage where the path for the teams will be set. We've seen the highlights, the emotions of the players, and the joy of the fans. Now, let's see how the Asian qualifiers will work.
16 teams from Asia and Oceania will play the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2027 Asian qualifiers during 6 windows to qualify 7 teams to the World Cup scheduled in 2027 in Doha, Qatar. As host of the World Cup, Qatar will play the Asian qualifiers but is already qualified, with its spot being in addition to the 7 reserved to the Asian qualifiers. Qatar will play in the first round and second round, advancing to the next phase as automatically qualified. In the first round, the 16 teams will be divided into 4 groups of 4. Each team will face the other 3 in their group on a home and away basis over the first 3 windows, with 2 games per team played in each window. These windows will be in November 2025, February 2026, and July 2026. The top 3 teams from each group will advance, or the 2 best-placed teams in the group with Qatar. The teams in Groups A and C will form Group E. Those in B and D will form Group F. Qatar, as pre-qualified host, will take up one of the 3 spots in the group, regardless of their position, and all teams will carry over the results from the first round, ensuring every single game has meaning to the road to Qatar 2027. In the second round, each team will play home and away against the 3 teams coming from the other group over 3 more windows scheduled in August 2026, November 2026, and February 2027, with 2 games per team being played in each window. At the end of these additional 6 games per team, the 3 best-placed teams in each group, along with the best 4th team, in addition to Qatar, will qualify to the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2027.
A lot of basketball to be played indeed, and that seems pretty straightforward. Next, though, we need to understand the draw procedures. So everyone's clear on how the draw will run. We've prepped a video, so let's watch that now together.
16 teams from Asia and Oceania will take part in the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2027 Asian qualifiers. They will compete to secure one of 7 available spots to the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2027, joining Qatar, who will play in the qualifiers but have their spot secured as hosts. The 16 participating teams mirror the 16 teams qualified to the FIBA Asia Cup 2025. The 16 teams have been divided into 8 pots based on geographical principles combined with the FIBA World Ranking presented by Nike. The teams will be distributed into 4 groups, labeled A to D, starting from pot 1. The 8 teams from East Asia and Oceania in pots 1, 3, 5, and 7 will feed groups A and B. The 8 teams from Central and West Asia in pots 2, 4, 6, and 8 will feed groups C and D. There are no additional restrictions in the draw. Group numbers to determine the order of games will not be drawn, but assigned based on the order of the draw. The first 4 teams will have number 1, the second 4 teams, number 2, and so on. At the end of the first round, the top 3 teams from each group, or the 2 best-played teams in the group with Qatar, will advance to the second round. The teams from Group A and C will create Group E, and the teams from B and D create Group F.
Those were the draw principles. And just in case there's still any doubts, do not worry, we are in very good hands. Please welcome the FIBA Head of Competitions, who will be in charge of conducting the draw, Mr. Fabien Hoep. Good to have you. So, is there anything you'd like to add in case we missed it on the video?
Yeah, just two small things. Firstly, the goal of the draw is to create groups of balanced quality. And the second thing is that we'll be assisted by a draw software tonight in order to organize this draw. And therefore, each time that we draw a team, then the group in which that team can be allocated will appear and will take, by the first alphabetical order, the group in which the team will be drawn.
Thank you. And I think now all we're missing is the key piece. Carmelo, you ready?
I'm ready.
Join us. You can stand over here at 1. All right. Ready for tip-off. Off to you, Fabien.
Perfect.
Thank you.
With you, Fabien.
OK, so we'll start now with the draw of the FIBA Basketball World Cup Asian qualifiers. Carmelo, you can start to draw the pot 1. And as a reminder, pot 1 will feed the group A and B.
Australia.
Australia will go to the group A with competition number 1.
Australia's 21 combined wins are the most of any country in the qualifier campaigns for the last 2 FIBA Basketball World Cups.
OK, Carmelo, we can continue in pot 1 with the second team.
Here?
Yes.
Japan.
Japan will be allocated to the group B with competition number 1.
Japan won their last 8 games to qualify for the 2019 World Cup and hosted the 2023 World Cup.
Then, Carmelo, we can continue with pot 2. And pot 2 will feed group C and D.
Iran.
Iran will be allocated to the group C with competition number 1.
Iran is aiming to clinch a spot in the World Cup for the 5th consecutive time since making their debut at the big event in 2010.
Then we can continue with second team of pot 2.
Lebanon.
Lebanon will be allocated to the group D with competition number 1.
Lebanon is attempting to qualify for the World Cup for the 2nd time in a row and 5th time in their history.
Okay, thank you. So now we can move to pot 3. We can start to draw the board, and pot 3 will feed group A and B.
New Zealand.
New Zealand will be allocated to the group A with
New Zealand will
number
be
2.
going after a 7th consecutive qualification for the FIBA Basketball World Cup.
Then we can move to the second team.
China.
China will be allocated to the group B with competition number 2.
China is looking to qualify for the World Cup for the 3rd consecutive time.
Then we can move to pot 4, Carmelo. And pot 4 will feed group C and D.
Jordan.
So Jordan will be allocated to group C with competition number 2.
Jordan qualified for the World Cup in 2019 and 2023, so they're aiming for a 3rd consecutive trip to the big event.
And we continue with the second team.
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia will be allocated to group D with competition number 2.
Saudi Arabia are hoping to qualify for the FIBA Basketball World Cup for the 1st time ever.
Let's move to the pot 5 that will feed group A and B.
Philippines.
The Philippines will be allocated to the group A.
Philippines are looking to play at the FIBA Basketball World Cup for the 4th consecutive time.
And with the competition number 3. Then we continue with the second team of the pot 5.
Korea.
Korea will be allocated to Group B with competition number 3.
Korea stormed to the 2019 World Cup with 10 wins in 12 games in the qualifiers. They now aim to return to the big event after missing out in 2023.
Then we can move to the pot 6 that will feed Group C and D.
Syria.
Syria will be allocated to the Group C with competition number 3.
Syria is attempting to make history by securing what would be their first ever World Cup appearance.
Then we continue with the second team from the pot 6.
India.
India will be allocated to the Group D with competition number 3.
India have taken part in the last 2 qualifier campaigns and are seeking to reach the FIBA Basketball World Cup for their first time in history.
Then let's move to pot 7 that will feed and conclude the Group A and B.
Guam.
So Guam will be in Group A with the competition number 4.
This will be Guam's first ever World Cup qualifiers campaign.
Then the last team of Group B.
Chinese Taipei.
Chinese Taipei will be allocated to the Group B with the competition number 4.
Chinese Taipei played in the first round of the qualifiers for the 2019 and 2023 World Cups.
Then he will
Do that.
be invited to
Thank you.
draw the,
It's the last one,
pot
so
8.
you know. Let's
So,
go ahead.
Please.
That we
Pot
mix very
8
well.
will feed Group C and D.
All right. So we open here.
Wait, what's his
Iraq.
name?
Iraq will be allocated to the Group C with competition number 4.
Iraq has yet to compete in a World Cup, but they participated in the qualifiers for the 2019 edition.
So that's
Okay. Well, it's the last one, so. Shall we go to Qatar?
Qatar have already qualified
That's
for the tournament as hosts. The last time they played the World Cup was in